What is Radon? It's Radon Awareness Week, and I am here with Brandon from Z Radon, and he's here to answer all of our questions. My name is Misty Metschke, and I'm a Realtor with Hunzikers, and let's get to it. Hey Brandon, I've got a really important question for you.
Sure.
What is radon?
Well, radon is a naturally occurring gas. It's a byproduct of uranium, and when uranium breaks down, it turns into radium, and then when radium breaks down, it turns into radon gas.
Okay.
And it comes up through the soil and into the basements of houses.
Okay. And why are we worried about radon?
Well, we're worried about radon because it's a radioactive gas. It is the number one cause of lung cancer among non-smokers. People who smoke have a higher incidence of lung cancer, but radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer.
How do we test for radon?
Well, there's a couple different ways to test for it. You can get one of the at-home kits, and they're fairly accurate. Some people aren't comfortable with that, so they call us, and we come out and test it. And we use what's called CRM, and basically, we come over to your house, we set it in your basement, and turn it on. And it just sets down in your basement for a minimum of 48 hours. Then we come and pick it up and we can download your data, and it actually gives an hour by hour what your radon levels are.
So in your experience, how many homes do you test high for radon?
Okay, well here in Iowa, we are in zone 1 for radon, which is actually the highest level in the United States. And you're looking at 70% of the homes we test high for radon.
That's a really high number. And do you see that it matters at all if it's an old house or a new house?
Oh, great question. Actually, it doesn't matter, and it matters where your house actually sets. And radon comes from the ground, so if you're right above a crack in the bedrock, then you're going to have high radon levels. You know, we have had incidents where houses will test very high, and the neighbors will have us test their house, and they're actually testing low.
Very low.
So it's very random as far as which houses get it, but here in Iowa, it is 70%.
So let's say we do a test and we find out we do have an elevated level. What do we do about it?
Oh, well, we do what's called a mitigation, and it's kind of like a fancy vacuum, and we're drawing air out from underneath your house.
What we have over here?
Yes, we have right here, and we can do a little demo on how it works. But this represents your basement floor, okay? And what we do is we can either suck off a sump pit, or we make our own hole in the concrete. Okay, so if you don't have a sump pit, we can still make a hole in the concrete. And then what we do is we put in a system, we run a pipe up and then out through the side of your house. We put a fan, and then we run the stack up above your roof line. Okay, and essentially what it does is it pulls the air out, radon gas as well, and any other gas that may be under there, and it distributes it above the house. If you watch down here, we're gonna fill that up with smoke or radon, what have you, and then we're turning the system on, and as you'll see, the system draws out all of the smoke and distributes it above the house. And once it hits the air, it dissipates, and it's no longer a danger. The reason it's a danger in your home is our homes are hopefully sealed up real well, and they end up consolidating the radon. So that's why we see high levels in the homes.
So do you offer any type of guarantee or warranty that the system would work?
For sure, yes we do. They're warranted. And we guarantee that we will get you below the EPA level of 4.
Okay.
Okay, and we want to be under 4. We get them as low as we can. A lot of times we're under 1, all depending on the soil type.
One question I thought of is sometimes when we're working with new construction, we will run into what's called a passive system and an active system. And I think that's a little unclear. Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Passive systems will often be put into new homes. Okay. The problem with the passive systems is they work sometimes. Okay. If we have like a high pressure system real still out, then actually what it does is it increases your radon level in the house because it pushes down on the pipe, which pushes pressure underneath your slab, and it comes up into the house. In the radon industry, only active systems are considered a viable solution to get your radon levels down.
So even if your new construction has a passive system, you would still recommend going ahead and having that test to see if you need to upgrade it to an active system then?
For sure, and in lies the problem that if it's a windy day and we have wind blowing across that passive pipe, it's going to be low.
Okay.
But as soon as the high pressure comes in, then your radon levels are going to go up.
Great.
So we always recommend that a fan is installed after the fact, and it will be less expensive because we don't have to install the pipe. We just have to install a fan and a sump cover.
Hey, thanks so much, Brandon. It's been a real pleasure. You've answered a lot of my questions. Thanks for your time, and for our viewers, make sure you like and subscribe and catch all of our community videos. Have a good one.